My nigga in a can, no Pepsi. Point me to a bag like him.
I kind of go for high ground. So if you want to stay down, so you will stay down. So yeah, and guys, remember me saying put loot all over the place.
No got loot. Spare.
Oh God, them find me. What the heck?
We found chest inside like castle. Or something the place.
Yep. I'm gonna put a couple of them there.
Help me! Help me! Same problem.
Chip.
Get like this one.
Vámonos.
Jacob, I set up inventory. I'm gonna put on my shield if me there you. You have a shield?
About to.
Here. About Alex and then God.
Chip them right away, so. Okay, kind of go over them base now, so Chip. Gun it, God. Yep, Chip. Don't turn your back.
Why?
Oh, God.
I'm killing these guys. What? You just get me. You trap on me something.
What
I'm
up?
Triton. You get me Triton.
Wait, sir, you get the chance?
Yes.
Me never get it.
Give me Triton. You take up in there. You take up in here. Someone's shooting me.
Okay.
You're so
Come
random.
on.
What kind of? Why did you come up with this stupid idea? Arrow, but it's arrow. How is he so strong?
Oh, God.
I need to eat. And when they shoot each other, there's something there. When they shoot each other, they fight each other when they shoot each other.
Somebody the back camera. Somebody the back camera. Okay, campfire arrow. God, where the heck did my fame from here? Okay, me running.
You alright? You alright?
God, everywhere.
Everyone has been hitting me from behind, huh? You ever like sometimes the sun, the sea sun.
Okay, one more night left.
Okay.
Ooh.
Survive? We survive? Did we actually survive? I'm not hungry.
Guys, that's a night one. It never so bad. Chip,
Okay.
you sure this is a good idea?
Good idea for now.
Food die like this?
If I like what? Wait, oh look at that.
Like this.
Dog. This is the starter ground, okay? You see once I go wrong.
Come see if them alive.
Let's see.
Who the heck that?
Oh, I forgot I put a spawner in there. I think they're spawning now. Let me kill him. Got him.
Who the heck gonna fire with this?
Just don't coach. Sorry.
Oh God, where the heck? Who that?
I don't know. I'm gonna find this in one chest. I don't know why in Tarnet and I put this in one chest.
What that? Oh, you put that in our chest, yeah. Feel I could trick or treat.
Oh, it's mine now.
Yeah, guys, we never start the video, but we are getting raided by a zombie at the moment. And chip out the bait.
I'm the bait. What am I the bait for? I'm a China. I'll be your sniper. Can I ask you to come with you?
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Sorry, Chip. Actually,
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going in. Stop hitting me with this stupid.
What time now? Me tired out now.
Kill them. Get them. Kill them. Get on the other side. You can't take this over. That's the dangerous enemies. Come on, you ain't ever doing this.
It's you. What I do?
Shucks, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Nothing wrong. Yeah, only my life at stake.
Don't worry. Ow. I'm telling you against each other. I'm fine. Ow. I'm getting laggy as this man.
Definitely, I'll get lagged. Alright, I'm done hide.
You were hiding this entire time? I dropped my trident! I want my trident! Don't help me! Help me! I'm not wrong. You're scaring! I'm scared!
The rest I'll fight them off.
Mommy, I tried killing these guys.
Triple time machine mushroom.
Does it work? Does it work?
Yep, definitely, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna
Chip man, sniper now.
Hey, my sniper? Hey, look at the sniper.
Yes, Chip, fight. Okay. Yep, you are me. Chip, I'm gonna sacrifice myself, I'm gonna heal upon sacrifice myself. I'm gonna eat this. Which door? Chip, I'm gonna come down back. Oh god. Never mind. Okay, 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 I'm gonna come down. My police, my go to the place and say, no bad man. Fight to yourself, idiot. God. Oh God, Chip, help. We just come down to kill about a dozen of them. We killed half a dozen of them a while ago. And it's thanks for your gimme. Really? And thanks for your gimme.
Okay, I would say we're sniping three right now because there's too much goddamn. Are you okay?
Well, as you say, if me okay, I'm not sure if it's it. Protect me, Chip. Them a come. But my about 3 bomb, but they not no back downstairs. Them about half a dozen of them, they don't know kill my brother.
So good luck.
God, me not survive, brother. What do you think, sir? God, alright, get out of here. Look, got one zombie there, sir.
Okay, get all the items then some can jump up there, yeah? Some can help you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get all my items. Oh, yeah. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Chip, you can't do this. Oh god, more come up, more come up, more come up.
I told you, I knew I should have blocked the thing.
Block it, you. Yeah, block it.
I blocked it off. Okay, let me get some items then. Come now.
Okay.
One off you. Right now. Other one?
Okay, with the pan. Help yourself duty.
Help yourself. I like that duty.
Help yourself duty.
Help yourself, I like that duty.
Alright, I go on something there, one breastplate or whatever they call a plate there.
What now?
Dinner plate.
What now?
Dinner plate.
Why do we have a crafting table? I have tons of diamonds and rings.
Can I give me one dinner plate, na
I
brother?
actually don't have any.
Give me one dinner
I
plate.
don't have any.
I brought this down. No one come out. Really cheap. That is your smile, boy. Yes, guys, I know so we never forget to compete because cheap you have making fun. Yeah, right? Fine, so guys, I don't know about the one chip. Yeah, cheap there, but chip never did there for about 2 weeks or so. Yeah, Javi, yeah, chip I gotta do the restaurant construction. Yeah, chip say yes, promises, him say yes, promises. So guys, I don't know about one chip. Like, subscribe, and notification bell, and share the video. Don't know. Chip, you want the restaurant construction, so you forgive him. I don't care.
Point me to a bag like Hefty. And now you